Yo, what's up, people? So apparently Shaq believes that you should never tell a woman how you feel or what you're going through when you're going through something heavy. And Monique disagrees with that. Let's check it out.
You heard what Shaq said? Shaq
What'd he
said,
say?
they asked Shaq, should a man open up to a woman? Shaq said no. He says, because if you do, they're going to use it against you. He said, because if I'm crying about something, they're going to say the first time they get mad, they're going to say, see, you crying because your daddy said what he said.
How do you take advice from a man who has no woman? And I love Shaq. But how do you take advice from my brother that has no one?
Okay.
If you have that person in your life and you say, listen, I'm going through. Who else do you talk to at nighttime in your pillow talk? Who else do you share your life with? Who are you sharing with your life with, Shaq? Do you tell another man about your situation? And does he make you feel better? Like, who do you share your life with? So I don't agree with that at all. And I love my brother, but I don't agree with that. I think that makes division. Because if I got to call my girl and I talk to my husband.
Right.
When I heard Oprah say, and these are her words, not mine. She said, when I be stressed out and I be going through it after the show, I will come home and Gail could calm me down and put me to sleep. What you say?
What's that?
Okay, then you said it. I'm
Nope. Oh, I'm getting Oprah on here.
Stepping where you at.
But those are her words. So I believe that partnership is partnership all the way around. When I leave this earth, there is nothing my husband will not know about me, and the other way around.
A conversation like this really should have been between those two people, because he could have responded and she could have came back and it could have been back and forth, as long as it's, positive intentions intended. But I'm going to try to speak for Shaq, but then I'm also going to speak for Monique as best I can. So from Shaq's perspective, and from many men's perspective, it's like if women use what you've been through against you in various situations, in the worst possible moments, why would you open up to them and give them the ammunition? Why would you give them the gun to shoot you down when you're vulnerable, or when you're doing something that they don't like? And of course, to Monique's point, if you're gonna marry somebody, that's supposed to be the person that you're gonna be sharing your life with, working through stuff with. That's your person. So you should be able to talk to them. And I don't disagree with Monique, and I understand where Shaq is coming from. So somewhere along the way, there's plenty of blame to go around. Our culture has just cultivated these different belief systems that pit us against each other, that make us not trust each other, especially within the Black community. So to Monique's point, it should be where couples should be able to talk to each other about what they're going through, to where they're on the same team and they're going toward the same goal of doing for each other. But to Shaq's point, in his reality, there are a lot of women that don't see a man's emotions as valid, that don't see a man's needs, a man's trauma as reality. And that's kind of part of basically where we've come from when it comes to men in society and how they're perceived in society. And that's something that should definitely change. I would prefer a situation like what Monique is talking about, where the two people can talk about what they're dealing with. But not every woman has been built through, her parents, her nearby community, culture, friends, or whatever, to be a woman that sees a man's emotions as valid, that sees a man's experiences that may not be great as something that she should hold on to and not use as a weapon, as something that she should aid him in navigating, instead of beating him over the head with it when he misbehaves according to her beliefs or her needs in that moment. Of course, it's the fact that men also just aren't as open about how they may feel about something. So it's sort of a like getting to where Monique wants to go, or where she's suggesting. That's gonna take some time and some will and some old stuff is something that people would have to agree to. And it may not even be within their own generation. And it might have to be later on that we fully see the effects of trying to go down a path of being a whole community instead of a divided home, I guess you could say. Something like that. Yeah, let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Am I tripping? Is Shaq right? Is Monique right? Am I right? Because I'm kind of in the middle somewhere. Yeah. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to express yourself by the many means available on this page. Yeah, I got a book. Who is you got? You know what I'm saying? Check it out on Amazon. This might change. I'm just going to be honest with you. I might add some stuff to it. So this is like the OG one. So feel free to get it now. And, you know, get the other one too. Anyway, have a good one.